Would it be crazy for me to say that the Atlanta Hawks will be in the playoffs next year? I personally don't think it would be a crazy statement based on the fact that they're healthy, they're young, they have developing talent. Trae Young is already a superstar. John Collins is a star caliber player. He didn't play as much as he was supposed to last season, just from some foolishness with drug use and performance enhancements or whatever. But he is a star caliber player. He's a double machine. He drops 20 and 10 a night, and he can posterize you anytime he wants. So with that already solidified as a duo, now you have Cam Reddish that's developing. The dude has star potential. We all see that. I mean, he didn't play well to begin last season, but towards the end, he started showing what he can do and playing more comfortable in a sense. Like, he had more urgency and willing to make plays for others and just being himself. He didn't really play like himself when he was at Duke, so I believe that the NBA was where he is meant to play. I think that he can average 20 points a game upcoming season. I think he's capable of that for sure, man. He's a solid dude. DeAndre Hunter is also a solid player. He can play the 3 or 4 when you need him to be a 4. If I was to have a starting lineup with the Hawks, I would have Trae Young at the 1, Cam Reddish at the 2, DeAndre Hunter at the 3, John Collins at the 4, and Capela at the 5, of course. So that leaves Kevin Huerter on the bench. And I think that's pretty solid to start something off. He could be a 6-man for them. He could come in, drop 15 a night, maybe even more if he's getting minutes like that. I could see him averaging around 25-30 minutes a game next season, possibly dropping between 15, max 17. If anything, playing that 6-man role, getting some buckets for them when they need it most. And if they were to draft a player, I mean, the only player that they would possibly need is a combo guard, a knockdown shooter, or a two-way small forward. And Tyrese Halliburton would be a good option. Same for Killian Hayes. Aaron Nesmith will also be a good option. Devin Vassell from Florida State. He's a pretty good player. And Isaac Okoro. Now, if they pick Isaac Okoro, then that's kind of a contradiction with Cam Reddish and DeAndre Hunter already being there, but just based on potential, he could definitely be a star player. He has more potential than DeAndre Hunter, in my opinion. He has a developing shot, but the thing with him is that he can finish with both hands. He's very athletic. He can make plays for others occasionally. The three-point shot is developing from what I'm seeing. It seems like he's getting more comfortable with it, and he's very young. He's probably one of the youngest players right now, maybe top 10 or top 5 between there. And he just shines a lot of potential in him when it comes to being a developing scorer and possibly becoming another Jaylen Brown, or that's his ceiling, honestly. But his floor will probably be like a Justice Winslow, the do-it-all Swiss Army knife type of guy, and that's pretty solid if you stick with that and you try your best to develop him. And if he doesn't pan out, then he's obviously a trading piece, because he's going to be around 23 when his contract is over with. So it is what it is at that point. But yeah, man, the Hawks have some pretty solid players for sure, especially when it comes to young talent. Now, they also have some options to pay attention to in free agency, and if they end up actually getting somebody, I think a good option would probably be Gordon Hayward, just based on the fact that he is a veteran player and he could come in and make immediate impact on all fronts. Same for Drew Holiday, but the thing with those guys is that they're already 30 years old. So if you're willing to jump the gun and just skip the development stage, then you could probably trade Kevin Huerter and DeAndre Hunter to the Celtics for Gordon Hayward and possibly some player that has a high contract. I don't know who that would be, to be honest. I don't know how much Jeff Teague has on his contract, so if you can throw him in, then it could probably work. But if they're able to get Gordon Hayward, then that would mean that they're ready to play now and ready to make some moves and trying to actually get into a playoff spot and possibly go into the second, third round, maybe, if they're really that good. But I don't know who they're really going to aim for like that to make that move. Drew Holiday wouldn't be a good option in my opinion. He's already, 31 years old. So I don't see why they would do that, to be honest. They got some other free agents on the market. Danilo Gallinari, Davis Bertans, Jeremy Grant, Bogdanovich, but he's a restricted free agent, and Joe Harris. Those are all good names to throw on and build around your team, to be honest. If they can outmatch the teams that they were originally on and sign one of them at least, then that would be a very good step forward. If Trae Young can maintain what he did last year, then we know that he's a solidified superstar for sure. And they just have it all together. Like, they have pieces in each category to build off of. Trae Young, Cam Reddish backcourt would be very scary if he develops into a 20-point per game scorer. Also, with DeAndre Hunter being a do-it-all three for them, scoring threes, getting defensive plays, blocking shots, getting steals and whatnot. John Collins being an all-around four, scoring in the post and doing pick and pop with Trae Young. Yeah, Clint Capela rim running and blocking shots and being a very good defender. Aren't those all recipes for a playoff spot? I don't know what else you would need, to be honest with you, besides good coaching, of course. But I think that Lloyd Pierce knows what he can do with this team. I think that throughout all these years where he developed Trae Young into what he is now and putting him in spots to where he can shine, that's causing different players to get opportunities because Trae Young will feed it to them. He knows how to make the right play. He's 22, 21 years old. Like, the dude is a beast, man. The dude is a star player for sure. I think that if Cam Reddish become that guy, that go-to guy, especially in the fourth quarter, then, man, that team would be very scary in the long run. No doubt about that. And I don't know, man. If Cam Reddish can become a possible Tracy McGrady type of star player, then he's untradeable. He won't go anywhere, man. But yeah, man, I really think that this Hawks team has what it needs right now to actually make a playoff contention, a playoff spot. But now it's all about taking all the pieces and making it work now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and holla back.